From Bikeville, Kentucky, he's a weatherman, streaming live with a well thought out plan. Guiding us through every stormy gust, a trusted voice that we all can trust. Safety first and more than just a call. He's there for us, standing tall. He's Ryan Hall, yeah, the weatherman. When the winds pick up, he's got the plan. Standing tall where the truth by side, guiding us through every stormy tide, bringing hope when the skies turn gray. Ryan Hall, yeah, leading the way. Started young with a passion so deep, predicting the weather while others sleep. Now millions watch as they read the sky. It's calm voice soothes as the storms pass by. From school closes to a worldwide stage, he's the one guiding through every age. With every storm, he's there to see us through. Bringing light
Work this morning, slash, I guess we'll just say afternoon. Normally I joke by saying morning, but it's actually 3:33 p.m. here Eastern Time. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch that has just been put out across portions of much of the Carolinas, actually, back out into Georgia. This is a quite high probability severe thunderstorm watch. In terms of damaging winds, I believe it is a 70-30 severe thunderstorm watch for winds, so just as high as what we had here in Virginia the other week. When we had that just back out in DC area, we had that PDX tornado warning, tornado. That was the last time we had a probability as high as this watch. They're actually pretty rare to come by. We don't really see them that often. If we're unlikely to see them once a year out here along North Carolina, but actually some of these areas, I don't think it actually overlapped. I'm pretty sure our severe watch last time was out in this area. We're going to see exactly how today will perform. I think today will be a very prolific 60-mile wave threat. We already see multiple 60-mile severes out here in Eastern DC and Central DC. We should see plenty more across Georgia and South Carolina as we get later in the afternoon, especially in the evening hours. So we're going to continue to see
friendly hope near, always near. With every forecast you shine so bright, our guiding light in the darkest night.
Storms aren't expected to be like extremely mature. You can see a lot of these actually don't look very, very healthy. They look like very heavy rain showers. But when you switch over to velocities, there's a lot of velocities associated with these thunderstorms, and these include microbursts / downdrafts. And much of these storms have these little areas of velocities. You don't exactly need those areas of velocities to see microbursts. A lot of times your radar sight's not going to pick up those microbursts that are very, very quickly. So there's going to be these bursts of just very heavy rain, and as those hit the surface, they spread out, cause outflow boundaries, and then that occurs to a microburst / downdraft. A microburst is a type of downdraft. Another severe thunderstorm warning here. So yeah, it's actually downburst. I think it's a downburst. Keep saying downdraft, so every time you hear me say downdraft, just correct me, because it's definitely downburst is what it's called, because you have your rain drops very quickly, and then as it hits the surface, it becomes a downburst. So that's going to be the issue today. We could also see some small to maybe pushing localized large hail. I think 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter hail will be possible around this area. I don't think we will see any tornado threat across any portion of this side of the U.S. I think our only tornado threat today will likely be focused up here in Minnesota, Iowa, back in eastern Nebraska. I think right in here is going to be where our tornado threat is focused today. And I think that highest tornado threat will be focused in this corridor right in here from about Mason City, Iowa, back towards about Fairmont and southeast/south central Minnesota, back all the way into across Wisconsin. So that's that area right in there, the circle inside the circle is where I think our tornado threat will be the highest today. Not really seeing much robust convection at the moment. It is a very messy storm mode, so I don't expect us to see a notable tornado threat today. I do think today should be upgraded to a 5% tornado risk. They still could do that at the 4 o'clock update here in 23 minutes. I do think the setup today is worthy of a 5% tornado risk somewhere across that area there. Let's see here. Let's go back over to the wind threat here. So we do have a enhanced risk for severe weather today. We've got it upgraded to an enhanced risk. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I called that out in a tweet I did yesterday. I said I expect the SPC to upgrade to a 30% wind risk by the time storm mode uncertainty becomes a little bit less. And not as much uncertainty on storm mode today. We're anticipating a lot of thunderstorms across this area, and thus they've upgraded to a 30% wind risk out here across southwest Tennessee, a good chunk of South Carolina into northeastern Georgia. Lakeisha, it's hard to say exactly what you may see out there, but if you do get under a warning, it's gonna be for wind. Wind will definitely be the biggest issue for today. Really across the board, really wind is the #1 issue across the country for our risk today. And it's hard to say what you will and won't see. These thunderstorms are going to pop up very rapidly. They're going to very rapidly produce damaging winds, and then most of them are going to very rapidly die out. Much of these thunderstorms should just start to fizzle out, and then as they fizzle out, a new updraft could start up and re-intensify. And that's just what we're going to see throughout the rest of the day. We're really going to see that into the entire rest of the afternoon, into the evening hours, and then even into the overnight hours. We should continue to see these microbursts and downbursts all the way until our instability starts to decrease after 10 p.m.
Our
Eastern.
new whiz, plumb out the wazoo.
I don't think you'll see a tornado threat. I don't think you'll see much hail.
Our threshold today was 86. We're currently at 90. Hey, y'all is sitting here saying that we're going to go plumb all the way up towards 170 here soon. So it looks like things are about to get pretty intense out there as we've got some big-time storms happening across the eastern part of the U.S., also up there into Ohio. Most of our population that's being impacted right now is actually over here near Washington, D.C., where we've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. You heard that right. 70-mile-per-hour winds over here in Fairfax, Loudoun, and city of Fairfax counties in Virginia. So that's, once again, a considerable severe thunderstorm warning out here right now, and that's what we're dealing with. So let me go ahead and pull up the best camera views here. We've actually got a lot of coverage today, even though we don't have any storm chasers out here. Virginia and Maryland, especially even South Carolina, have remarkable camera programs. So once again, we've got 70-mile-per-hour winds being reported out here around Centerville, moving down towards Annandale, towards Springfield as well. This is going to be associated with that dangerous storm down there near Fairfax, Virginia. This is just to the south and west of Washington, D.C. And it's not only this area. We've also got some pretty strong storms forming over here in Nebraska. Let me actually show you the full outlook for today, if I can. There we go. We've got that severe thunderstorm warning over there for Cuming County in Nebraska right now, and that's going to continue for the next 34 minutes. And that's associated with a slight risk of severe weather that's expanding from northeast Colorado all the way up into north central portions of Iowa, up there towards southern portions of Minnesota. But the hot spot today is actually going to be down here in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. How about you in Charlotte, Columbia, Atlanta, Georgia, over there towards Greenville, Augusta? We do expect an anomalous situation today to kind of ramp up to where we might actually see some pretty intense microbursts. Okay, we've got these really everybody knows it's hot. You know, the Cape is plumb out the wazoo today, and we've got this dry layer of air above the surface that's leading to an inverted V profile on our SKUTs. All right, and you know, all that is just to say that
26
it looks like any storm that gets going today, especially if we get a line of storms starting to form here with a bow echo or a mesoscale convective system, if we actually get something like that going tonight, it's going to be really efficient at producing widespread damaging winds. And I'm concerned about that for everybody in the orange and in the yellow. That's our slight risk. And notice how our marginal risk right now, that's where most of the activity is. Once again, one of our biggest warnings right now is in effect for about 800,000 people over here in Fairfax and Loudoun counties in Virginia, and that's over there in that marginal risk. So even outside of our main threat area today, we are talking about damaging severe weather, including over here next to Washington, D.C., where we've got 70-mile-per-hour winds being reported here. A 70-mile-per-hour wind gust was measured at the airport. So that's what's happening over there. We've also got a new severe thunderstorm warning down here in North Carolina. North Carolina in Bladen and Robertson counties. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the next hour. This includes Fairmont, Lumberton, Elizabethtown, and places like that. So get ready for that down there. We've got about 52,000 people in the path of that significant severe thunderstorm. Also over here in Annapolis. We've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning right now for y'all as well. This is going to be for about 152,000 people down here, where it does look like we're going to have potentially some 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next 32 minutes. Down here in Florida, we've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning. Just to the north of Tallahassee, we've got 118,000 people under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Look at that storm that's just kind of popped up north of Interstate 10. This is bringing about 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as well. Way back up here in Virginia near Harrisonburg, we've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning hitting up here, and this is what that looks like from one of our traffic cameras that we're watching over there in Harrisonburg right now. So once again, if you're just now tuning in, we've got severe weather happening across Virginia, portions of North Carolina, and we expect it to really start taking off down there in South Carolina here soon. Here's a damage report we got in not too long ago. Down there in Madison County, Virginia, a tree is down on power lines on Orange Road down here south of Madison. We had a storm not too long ago, knocked down 5 trees around the 3700 block of Asheville Road over here near Marshall. So you can see that these storms are already packing a daggone punch, and they are only going to get more and more intense, I believe, as they get closer to places like Raleigh. Okay, so we do have North Carolina State camera over here. We're ready for the storm to hit Raleigh. It looks like mostly right now on the eastern side, that's where the biggest impact is going to be. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning right now for areas like Wake Forest, Wendell, Wilson, and Spring Hope. But other than that, right now, you know, things are kind of quiet in Raleigh. But it's hot. It's hot. Trust me, I know it's hot. And that heat is part of what's fueling today's big-time storms, including this one over here for Montgomery, Loudoun, and Jefferson counties. That's between Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. That's where we've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now for 77,000 people Yeah, it looks like it's actually a pretty intense thunderstorm out there. This is what it looks like right now in Jefferson County, West Virginia. How are we doing, chat? Where's everybody watching from? How are we doing? Here's another wind damage report. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, Ryan. Just got a report of some thunderstorm wind damage from about 13 minutes ago. This was over near Mount Clifton in Shenandoah County, Virginia. A train spotter mentioned a 3-inch tree branch came down onto Sonito Road out there.
A 3-inch tree branch. Shoot. Lord goodness. All right, y'all, tell me what's going on in chat, too.
All right, Ryan. Stop staring at that low-pressure system for a second. The chat's positively sizzling. We've got a ton of folks from Ohio, North Carolina, and Tennessee currently melting and very keen to know what kind of atmospheric shenanigans are brewing for them. And as always, bless their optimistic hearts. Many are still dropping coordinates for my cousin Earl's goat farm. Population, Earl and 3 goats. Hoping for a bespoke forecast. Oh, and apparently, my Yoldex is reading 170 today. I think that means I'm officially predicting a 100% chance of me needing a cool down before my circuits get plumb wild.
All right, noted. All of that is noted. And yeah, guys, I'm going to try to cover everywhere. Obviously, I don't know if we'll be able to do, a forecast for everybody's backyard and, all that good stuff. But we're really trying. I think we're going to try our best here to cover everyone. Look at this amazing view from resortcams.com. This is out in front of a severe thunderstorm that's moving into Cross Keys out there near Harrisonburg in Virginia. A lot of us are probably hoping for the storms today. Just to be honest with you, it's hot. It's hotter than blue blazes out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get a little break, even if it looks like this, I think we're going to be welcoming it for the most part out there. But right now, this is what it looks like in Jefferson County, West Virginia, where we do have that severe thunderstorm warning moving down towards Leesburg right now. Some pretty strong winds, and that's like the main thing that we're actually worried about today. Okay, that's the main thing that we're worried about today is the significant, maybe widespread damaging winds that are going to come about due to the microbursts that are possible within these storms. Okay, we've got an incredible amount of CAPE today. We've got convective available potential energy, literally out the wazoo. All right, and that's going to lead to potentially some big time problems out there with our storms that we're going to be watching. Okay, so let's continue to kind of monitor some more of these storms here. I've got so many options today, man. Look at this, so many storms. We are surveilling the weather over here like it's not even fun.
Damn, people.
We've been reaching out to a lot of different companies, been doing a lot of work to increase our camera network coverage, and I think that we're on the verge of being able to see every storm that happens ever. Okay, you ain't gonna get it by us. Hey, by the way, Dayton, Ohio, I know you guys are watching. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning, especially on the southern side of town over here. Kettering, Miamisburg, Centerville. This is a storm that's just popped up here recently, and it's been kind of sitting to the west of Dayton, and what we're seeing now is one of those downbursts. You see the little bit of an outflow boundary that you can see on radar out in front of this here. That's showing us that there's actually a lot of rain-cooled air that's coming out of the storm and then kind of moving out of the storm like a shock wave around it, and that's leading to damaging winds maybe around Centerville, down to Kendricksville, and this is going to continue to cause problems as it goes down towards Harveysburg, which is actually where this camera is right now. So once again, we're going to see that daggone thing as it approaches. So this is also going to get close to Xenia. We've got a storm over here around Columbus, Ohio right now. That looks to be below severe limits, but I know that it's probably pretty loud. We've got some damage reports from an earlier storm over here just to the east of Columbus. There were multiple reports of wires and trees down between Etna and Kirkersville along US 40. That was actually from about 2 hours ago with an earlier storm, and stuff like that's going to be possible all around Ohio over the next little bit. So you guys are included in this, even though you're not necessarily in the the big zone where we're watching for most of our severe weather today. The place that I'm most concerned about over the next couple of hours, and by the way, this ain't going to be a long live stream. I think that we're going to be here for maybe 3-4 hours, because this is all going to happen over the next couple of hours. We're going to continue to see these storms pop up and produce incredibly strong impacts across some very populated areas. And then right when that sun starts going down, things are going to calm down a lot, okay? So over the next 3-4 hours, we're really concerned about what might pop up here between Atlanta and Charlotte. That's why we've got that enhanced risk over there for these damaging microbursts that are potentially going to happen here. But we're also watching everybody in the green, everybody in the yellow, obviously. That's where we've got potential for severe weather, and as we're seeing right now up here in Ohio, it's happening, okay? Also back there, way plumb over here in Nebraska, we got ourselves another severe thunderstorm warning right now for Buffalo, Dawson, Kearney, and Phelps counties in Nebraska for the next 39 minutes or so. This is going to be for towns like Kearney and Holdridge and places along Interstate 10 over here. We do have 49,000 people currently in the severe thunderstorm warning, okay? 39,000 people under this severe thunderstorm warning right now. So, I'm sorry, 49,000. So if you're over here in Nebraska, we're keeping an eye on you. It's not just that area, though, of course. We've got another big-time severe storm that we're watching over here near West Point. We've got another 4,000 people under a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Cumming County, Nebraska. I think I'm saying that right. And then plumb over here in Frontier County, Nebraska, we've got another severe thunderstorm warning. These are all for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Another 60-mile-per-hour wind maker is happening over here near Goldsboro, North Carolina. There's actually about 100,000 people just to the south and east of Smithfield and Raleigh under a severe thunderstorm warning right now for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we actually had a report of a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust coming in not too long ago from law enforcement down here in Wayne County, North Carolina. So get ready for that. These storms, honestly, that are popping up around Raleigh look to me like they're the strongest that we have right now and are probably what are going to eventually become our damaging microburst, efficient damaging wind producing mesoscale convective system machine, okay? That's what I think we're dealing with over here around Raleigh, okay? So make sure you're ready for that. I don't know when it's going to get to the town of Raleigh. We do have a little bit of an outflow boundary that's set up right here, so some new convection might happen right over the town here in the next little bit. And these are going to be like bombs, okay? These are going to be like literally convective explosions that are happening. It's going to happen so fast in Raleigh whenever it finally does pop up. All that heat that we're experiencing is just going to serve as fuel for these storms as they move down to the south and east. So one of the things that would be cool today, we've got Frank watching Twitter and our email. So if you guys want to send us some photos and maybe even some videos and some reports or whatever, you can do that on Twitter and we'll show it on the air just like this. Look at this. This is from Grove City in Ohio. Thank you so much to Rodondo. I really, honestly, I tried. I really did try there. But yeah, thank you so much for sending that in. And if you can do so safely, feel free to send us pictures. community@ryanhaulyall.com if you want to do email, or you can go over to X, search up @RyanHaulyall and tweet me over there. And we'll show your stuff that way too. And I've got my eye on the green room to Frank and whoever else is helping us over there. So if you're just now tuning in, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Culpeper and Madison counties in Virginia. Also down here to the south and west of Washington, D.C., we continue to have a severe thunderstorm warning for about 400,000 people around Fairfax County. Okay, that includes the town of Burke. Right here in the middle of probably the strongest part of the storm right now. Honestly, it looks like we might have lost power on that camera. Let me try something out real quick. We'll come over here to the camera multi-view. I set up a new button, y'all. I set up a new button. Okay, I've cleared all the cameras. Now, theoretically, I'm going to hit this button, and the 9 best possible cameras that we have are going to automatically fill. Let's go. Click. Okay. Okay, it's saying they're all in Florida. Why is it saying they're all in Florida? Okay, well, it tried. I don't see a whole lot going on.
A little bit of static in the background, but it's...
Oh, okay, we got some communications coming in. Sorry about that. I'll turn that down a little bit. But, you know, I think that theoretically, relative to the distance from the warning polygons, this is correct. But I don't see much going on down there around Gadsden County, Florida, even though there is a severe thunderstorm warning in that county. It's just not necessarily real close to that specific you know, spot that we're looking at there. Anyways, we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning down here near Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, North Carolina. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning down here. Just to your north, this is for 60-mile-per-hour winds, so we're going to be watching this closely. This is what it looks like out there right now near Black Mountain, North Carolina. You can see the darkening skies in the background, and that's coming from resortcams.com there. So pretty intense storm, actually, over there just to the north and east of Asheville, specifically near the town of Marion. This is the one I would be most concerned about out here on Highway 221. We're talking about 1-inch hail and also some 60-mile-per-hour winds, and we got to talk about the potential for some flash flooding over here, because this is, you know, a place that's been hit really hard by flash flooding, and these storms are kind of sitting still. If you notice the loop that I'm playing here,
a new tornado watch has been issued.
That is not moving much as it moves down towards Marion, so that could lead to some significant flash flooding as well if these storms stay between the valley too long. We've seen that happen.
A new tornado watch has been issued
this summer. Frank, if you don't care to grab that tornado watch graphic and put it in the green room for me, I'd like to show it in that way.
And then Saturday, I think, is really just as
a new tornado watch has been issued.
We'll see how it trends as we get closer and maybe a little higher. Very low-end tornado watch. I mean, as low as...
All right, so we do have a tornado watch coming out right now, by the way, as well. So we're going to be watching storms over here, obviously.
Probabilities for the tornado watch
and we're going to be watching storms a little bit farther to the west. So our main focus area right now is right here. Frank, it's just this. Just put that image in there.
30-40, Caleb, that's literally impossible.
Okay, so our main focus area is down here around Atlanta to Charlotte, and then our secondary place that we're watching is up here from Colorado up into Iowa and southern portions of Minnesota. That is where we just had a tornado watch issued. It looks like it's for areas south of Minneapolis and mostly north of Des Moines, but I'm going to throw you that graphic just as soon as I get it, okay? Man, we've got new severe thunderstorm warnings coming out left and right. We got one in Indiana now. How about you down here to the south and east of Indianapolis? We've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now for areas like Hancock, Marion, and Shelby counties in Indiana. This is for about 107,000 people. This is what it looks like right now in Indiana over here on Interstate 74 on the southeastern side. As we do have a strong storm going through. Let me put that up there in the #1 slot. Once again, we just got a severe thunderstorm warning out here for Hancock, Marion, and Shelby counties in Indiana. 60-mile-per-hour winds are going to be moving through. Now, these are moving mostly to the east, so it looks like it's mostly missing the downtown Indianapolis area right now. But you can see that we've got some signs of what it looks like a downburst here. So you notice how we have the green velocities pointing towards the radar here and the red ones pointing away. That shows us that we've got a large amount of water that's just kind of fallen out of the storm, and it's going in both directions, producing damaging winds on the surface as it does so. That's our downburst, and that's why we have a severe thunderstorm warning here. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Gallatin Station and over here towards Pleasant View getting some damage reports here soon from the significant winds that are coming out of that. Once again, this is what it looks like out there in Indianapolis right now as these damaging winds move through. So get ready for isolated power outage problems out here in Hancock, Marion, and Shelby counties in Indiana. That's a severe thunderstorm warning that we just got in. Now, we also just got a new one for Coshocton County, Ohio. Warsaw and the town of Coshocton are included in this. Get ready for winds up to 60 miles per hour over here as well.
Just messes with my
yeah, stuff's happening a little bit of here. a little bit of there, and of course a little bit of everywhere. We've got stuff popping up literally all over the place. Looks like we've got a storm chaser today. Looky here. I knew we'd find somebody. I knew somebody was going to pull through and be out there for us on these storms in Nebraska. So we're going to track these very populated storms through traffic cameras, and then thank goodness we've got Nathan Moore, Storm Chaser IRL, out there in Kearney, Nebraska right now to also track these storms in the tornado watch area as well over here, a little bit outside of the tornado watch, but still in a place where we could see some rotating supercells out there near Kearney, Nebraska. This is a live look at that storm that's coming up towards the town of Kearney right now. Do I have anybody watching over here? This is actually, you know, for Nebraska, this is a pretty populated area. We've got 50,000 people under this severe thunderstorm warning. That storm actually looks pretty intense as it comes up towards Kearney right now. Man, we're going all over the place today. How about you down here in Duplin County, North Carolina, Warsaw? This is a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to last for the next 44 minutes for about 20,000 people down here. Another place where we're mostly concerned about damaging winds. We've got some signs that we've got some downbursts happening, maybe even the beginning of what might be a microburst. I really am concerned about the very real possibility for some damaging winds down here in North Carolina, so get ready for that. Also, over here, just to the east of Raleigh, we've got about 250,000 people under a severe thunderstorm warning because we've got this storm that's also looking like it's producing some very strong downburst-esque winds over here in Franklin, Johnston, and Nash counties, Wake and Wilson counties as well in North Carolina. Some of the strongest winds right now are moving into the Knightdale and Wendell and Zebulon areas. We've got emergency management reporting multiple trees down. Is that what this damage report is? Yep. 4 miles east-southeast of Youngsville, numerous trees down east of Youngsville. So those winds are now moving into an area more towards Rollsville, okay, and Wendell. So over here on the east side of Raleigh, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be continuing for quite some time here. I would be very surprised if most of these didn't get upgraded to considerable severe at some point, because like they're really starting to pick up with the wind speeds. Here's our latest severe thunderstorm warning for Fort Washington. This is radar indicated severe winds down here in Charles, Prince George's, and Fairfax counties between Maryland and Virginia. How are we doing in Indianapolis, man? It really looks like that's a pretty strong storm over here.
Much as it was dying out, it was pretty much dead by the
time
it got named. Yeah, there's your SPC outlook.
Yeah, this is a live look from Indianapolis right now, where we've got that severe thunderstorm warning for Hancock, Marion, and Shelby counties. Now, if you're in downtown Indianapolis, you probably don't notice a daggone thing. So that's interesting. All right, here's our tornado watch, by the way. Tornado watch is going to be in effect for, for a while, until 10 p.m. Central over here for about 1 million people between Rochester, Minnesota, over towards La Crosse and Black River Falls in Wisconsin. And then Mason City, Iowa is also included in that. A couple tornadoes possible, isolated hail up to ping pong size possible, and 70-mile-per-hour winds are also possible. All right, so get ready for that out here in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Iowa. We are going to be watching these storms as well as all these other ones. Okay, we've got a ton of stuff coming in. Here's a video from Weather Guy 1.
Still a 30% wind back in
Weather Guy 1.
15% wind out here in Iowa.
What a beautiful time lapse.
For hail, and yes,
this is down there at Daytona Beach.
Tornado risk.
So like stuff like this is happening right now in North Carolina and Georgia and up into Virginia. And these are the storms that we're actually tracking right now, these big, explosive, convective storms that are happening. But Weather Guy 1 here has gotten an amazing time-lapse of one of them. Thank you so much for sending that in. Here's another video from Groveport, Ohio.
I think the whole day was conditional here.
Oh, I'm unmuting. Sorry. I'm on it.
I really.
This is from Hyphus Rider, Groveport, Ohio, showing the storm coming in there. Thank you so much for sending that in. Sarah L. in Weaverville, North Carolina's got some growing storms near her.
Hold on, guys. Let me listen to this because something's not right. Why the hell is my mic making that noise? Why the hell is my mic making that noise? Hold on, let me unplug it from my controller and plug it back in. Hold on, let me unplug it from my controller and plug it.
Low, Dawson, and Kearney counties. So get ready for that as it moves closer to you. Looks like we got another storm chaser. Let's go. So get ready for that as it moves closer to you. Looks like we got another storm chaser. Let's go. I didn't think we'd have a single storm chaser today. I'm not even going to lie to you. I thought.
Okay. Mic check. 1 1 2. Okay. 1 2 3. Mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. 1 1 2. Okay. 1 2 3. Mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. 1 1 2. Okay. 1 2 3. Mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. 1 1 2. Okay. 1 2 3. Mic check. Can you hear me? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Wait. Check this out. This is a photo sent in from Nova. I'm just south of Nashville heading to Orlando. This is out towards the east. Wow. Super cool. Thank you for sending this in. We got plane chasers today, guys. We've got plane chasers. All right. So this is a really, really cool example of one of these explosive updrafts over here. You can see just south of Nashville looking to the east. If we go over to radar, you can see that the plane's probably right here around Murfreesboro. Looking to the east, we're seeing one of these storms right now. Very quickly popping up. And here's another thing. There was a story the other day where in one of these pop-up storms, we actually had about 18 people struck by lightning in the water at Lake Murray, okay? And they said that there was no storm nearby, but what was likely happening is they were in a place like this, okay? The sun's coming in this direction. The shadow from the storm is over here. They probably heard some distant thunder, right? But what's happening is if you're right here and you've got a big thunderhead like this popping up off to your east, it's still sunny. Okay, it feels great outside. It's amazing. But lightning from the top of this anvil can still come down and strike you. All right, so if you hear thunder, you got to immediately go indoors. You got to. All right, a bunch of people almost died the other day just because, it was sunny. You can't get struck by lightning when it's sunny. That's not true. So especially when the storms are as scattered and isolated in nature as this one. Yeah, let's hear it, Y'allbot. Chat summary. Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, Storm Commander. Your viewers are officially spooked by a mysterious, ominous red blob over Alabama. They're practically shining a bat signal for you to explain that one. Indianapolis is also getting absolutely drenched with reports of serious waterworks, while North Carolina and that whole Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin watch zone are still very much on everyone's minds. And a special shout out to Weatherman, who is passionately campaigning for a weather update on Reidsville, Georgia. Maybe they're planning a very specific, very soggy picnic.
What kind of red blob are we talking about, Bulls? Huh? Hey, Bulls. Huh? I don't know what you guys are talking about. In Alabama? Maybe it's a thunderstorm.
So far this decade.
There is a little thunderstorm over here.
I think
between Albertville and Fort Payne.
Let me tell you.
Speaking of thunderstorms, here's a nice photo coming in from Colorado Amelia at FSU Tallahassee.
Let's see here.
So this is at Florida State University. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down there. Okay, there's one to the south of Tallahassee. This is going to be for Franklin and Jefferson counties, and then there's one to the north as well. This is for about 118,000 people up here in Gadsden, Leon, and Liberty counties in Florida. So that's what you're seeing over there in Colorado Amelia. Thank you so much for sending this in.
December 15th.
And get ready. The storms are not going to go away anytime soon. We're still dealing with them over here.
The one we had just 5 days ago.
And yeah, thank you for sending that in. What else we got here?
So
here's a blip. This is a blip. Okay, watch that.
2024,
Watch that blow up into a major storm here very soon over there near Terre Haute, Indiana. Watch that, CJV.
Nearly as bad as what we saw 5 days ago.
Never underestimate a blip. It's going to turn into something like this pretty soon. Here's over there near Greenville in South Carolina. Now, so far in Greenville, we haven't heard much. We haven't heard much from our friends in Greenville because there's not a lot going on right now. But you guys are smack dab in the middle of our target zone. You guys are right in the middle of where I think we will see the worst storms today. I don't know if they'll hit Greenville exactly, but that, what you just showed us is probably the beginning stages of one of these massive storms that's going to pop up here and likely produce microbursts and downbursts, which will eventually produce widespread damaging wind.
Every storm starts out
So get ready
as
for
a
that.
blip,
And thank you so much for sending that in.
taking moisture from the ground.
Oh man, we got some damage. Damage reports coming in. This is from Page near Columbus, Ohio. This was a little bit earlier. A squall came through and a tree came down on our street, taking the telephone pole and everything. Cracked the windshield on our new car, but grateful it was not worse. I'm glad you're okay, Paige. And stuff like this, we're going to see tons of this today. We're going to see tons of this today. So make sure you're ready for that. If you get under a severe thunderstorm warning, you got to be ready for it. Also, we've got people tuning in from Nebraska over there near Kearney. Gretzel is sending this in. Thank you so much. And I believe that's it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for sending stuff in. Once again, community@RyanHallYall.com, and over there on Twitter or X @RyanHallYall, you can send in reports and photos if you can do so safely. We really don't want you to do it if like you're under a warning right now. You know what I'm saying? Like only do it if you can do so safely. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for Raleigh. Okay? We do officially have a severe thunderstorm warning for Raleigh. And this is a big warning. So this is going to be for Franklin, Harnett, Johnston, Nash, Wake, Wayne, and Wilson counties in North Carolina. We do have a camera out there in Raleigh. Unfortunately, North Carolina is one of those states where we don't have a whole lot of good traffic camera options. There's traffic cameras out there, but they take pictures every 5 minutes or whatever, and it just doesn't help. It doesn't help tell the story of what's actually going on out there. So thankfully, North Carolina State University here has something for us to look at as the storm comes in. But this is actually looking like it's going to be a pretty intense storm, and that warning is in effect right now for 1 million people, 1.1 million people out there between Franklin, Harnett, Johnston counties, and also like places like Holly Springs, Strickland's Crossroads, Wilson's Mills, Clayton, Wendell, Fremont. You guys are all included in this. So far, the only places that have really seen the wind are up here between Rollsville and Zebulon, but I think Harris Crossroads and Lucama and Kinley, you guys are next. You guys are going to get in on that pretty soon here, I think. Oh, okay. So people are talking about this ominous red blob. I don't know what that is. That's whatever it is. It's just some sort of glitch. It's some sort of problem with the radar. I don't know if you can see that from WeatherWise. You know, I know that app. I don't know what app that is, but it's not WeatherWise. If you want a really good radar app, I still highly recommend WeatherWise. I think that's the one that we should all be using. If you haven't downloaded WeatherWise yet, you can do so for free. By the way, it's free. Click that link in the description. And maybe you're plumb tired of me zooming around to all these different radar sites. You live in Raleigh, right? You don't want me to go to Florida. You don't want me to go to West Virginia and all these other places that have warnings right now. Well, like, you can monitor your own storm. Like, keep me up here and for the commentary whenever I get back around to your storm. But if you want to sit here and monitor your own storm, load up WeatherWise. Click the warning nearest to your hometown. Load up the radar. You can click the little radar button, or you can literally click the closest radar pill or dot that's closest to you, and it loads it up. Or you can use like the nationwide radar. If you click composite up here, you can just look at the radar across the whole country. If you don't care about how high resolution it is, you can do that. But I recommend clicking the warning, clicking the closest radar, and looking at it this way. You can zoom in here, and you can literally find your house. You can literally find your house, okay? And if you want to see your house zoomed out, just go over here and add a location, and you can add it right on top of your house. And when you zoom out, it'll be like my house. You know what I mean? And all this is free. All of it is free. So weatherwise.app in your browser, or link in the description. You can also download it for iOS or Android. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's a very good app. Okay, that's all I've got to say. It's a very, very good app. And you can see that we've got all of these severe weather warnings right now. You can see that we also have extreme heat warnings in effect, okay? And these are going to be in effect for the rest of today. So while we are kind of dreading the potential implications of damaging winds out there, some of us are probably also looking forward to the break from the heat that will come from these outflow boundaries and these gust fronts and these rain showers that are happening as a result of these pop-up storms that we're experiencing right now. Back over to the radar, we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning in West Virginia for Barber and Randolph counties. We've got about 6,500 people in the path of this one. This is over here near Philippi. That's going to bring about 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then up here in Ohio, in Coshocton and Tuscarawas counties in Ohio, we've got another severe thunderstorm warning that's just popped up over there. Back over here into Maryland, we've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning for Carroll and Frederick counties in Maryland. 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's what we're concerned about here, and that's going to be what's moving down towards Frederick. There's 76,000 people in this warning. Get ready. This storm looks mean. It looks like it's capable of producing damaging winds. I would not be surprised if we got some reports out of Woodsboro here very soon. Okay? Speaking of reports, do we have any reports yet? Okay, yeah, we're starting to get some reports in here. This is our top reports of the day. Now, don't get me wrong, we've gotten 234 total reports. We've had some damage reports in as well, but as far as the actual wind speeds go, our highest recorded wind speed today has been at the airport over there near Washington, D.C., 70 miles per hour. Otherwise, we've seen some 40 to 50 mile per hour recorded wind gusts. I'm sure we've had plenty of wind gusts higher than that, but we haven't seen them reported. Largest hailstone so far today has been 1 inch. Okay, so also, if you are sending in reports to me on Twitter, feel free to tag your local National Weather Service, because if you send me a report of a hailstone, for example, and it's quarter size or $half size, and it's the biggest hailstorm that's been recorded and reported today, that's really valuable information to the National Weather Service. So make sure you tag your local NWS office, and then you'll also see your report actually it'll end up on this screen here. Looks like the rain's starting there at North Carolina University, out there in Raleigh. And it also looks like we've got several tree limbs downed on Ox Road, northwest of Fairfax, Virginia. So things are kind of getting plumb wild out there. What do you say, y'all? What's chat saying? Go ahead, give me the lowdown.
Hey Ryan, put down the 7-layer dip model for a sec. The chat's still obsessed with that Alabama thingy, now suspecting everything from ground clutter and someone blew up some drones to a portal to another dimension. Big focus on Nebraska too, with Kearney and Omaha getting lots of mentions for rumbles. And yes, Blythewood SC. We hear your fervent pleas for a hyper-local forecast amidst the general storm buzz from Ohio.
All right, we'll try to do some hyper-local forecasts here in just a moment, I promise, but our goal is to cover everybody here equally. We've got our I don't know if it was Frank or Luke or who put this in here, but the location is just sky. sky. I don't know where this is, but we do have another plane chasing out there today, giving us another really good view of one of these blips. Okay, this is likely going to turn into one of those larger storms that we see a little bit later. Remember, if you send in a report or something, please try to remember to send your location. I'm going to tell Frank and them just to probably not even put it in here if it doesn't have a location, because you know, it kind of doesn't help us tell the story. The whole goal here is to show people what's coming to them, right? So, but hey, Matt, seriously, you're flying a plane, all right? You probably don't have time to think about locations, so no hard feelings. Let's see here, Clayton, North Carolina. This is a video coming in from Bon V. Thank you so much for sending this in. It looks like a pretty big storm's moving into Clayton right now. Once again, if you hear the thunder, I would highly recommend going indoors so you're close enough to be struck by lightning. As long as you can hear the thunder, you are close enough. Storm Prediction Center did upgrade this little bit of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota up here to a 5% tornado risk. So we don't have much of a tornado risk at all down here in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, and the places where we're talking about these microbursts and stuff. But we actually do have a real tornado threat now in our tornado watch that we're covering up here in portions of Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Here's some more damage. This is from earlier today near Princeton, Kentucky. Big tree down. And then we've got some more clouds starting to pop up over here in central Iowa. This is in that tornado watch. So Dumb and Stupid 22, great username. I really do appreciate y'all for sending this in, showing the conditions out in front of the big storms a little bit later. Terre Haute, Indiana, big storms popping up around there as well. Limi, thank you for sending this in from northern Colorado, another place where we're seeing some blips starting to pop up. Butler County, Ohio, over there from Kira. We're seeing some storms as well. So thank you guys for sending stuff in. Let's go back to the radar. And let's see what we've got going on here. Down here near Annapolis, we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning for about 45,000 people in Anne Arundel counties in Maryland. This is an area of strong damaging winds moving down towards Highway 2. This includes Birdsville, Harwood, Lothian, and Galesville. Get ready for 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next little bit. Let's go over to northern Colorado, which is a place where we just saw some of those pictures from. This is up here in Weld County, Colorado. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Weld County, so get ready for that out there. Back to Florida, where we've got another big severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for Bay, Calhoun, Gulf, and Washington counties. This is going to be for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And back there in Nebraska, things are getting plumb wild where Storm Chaser IRL is. Look at this view from Kearney, Nebraska. Really incredible stuff there with a severe thunderstorm that is coming towards the town. So yeah, that severe thunderstorm warning in Florida, by the way, is going to last for an hour, and there's 128,000 people involved here, including the Panama City Beach. Do we have a working camera over there? Hey, Bulls. We do. We're going to see the beach get hit by maybe some winds and some hail here soon. So if you're on the beach, it's probably time to get indoors, and because that storm's going to be there very, very soon, and getting struck by lightning is a thing that we always have to worry about out here. Coming back over to some more severe thunderstorm warnings, Mitchell and Colquitt counties in Georgia. We now have a severe thunderstorm warning for you. This includes Camellia and Pelham. Go ahead, Yalbot.
Hey Ryan, got word of some hail out in Los Alamos County, New Mexico. Looks like they had some 1-inch stuff, about quarter-sized, come down just a few minutes ago. Sounds like a couple of public reports confirmed it from the north side of Los Alamos.
Some 1-inch stuff, huh? Okay. New severe thunderstorm warning for the District of Columbia on the eastern side, mostly. This is going to be for places like Suitland and Camp Springs. We've got 400,000 people under a severe thunderstorm warning now, as this blip right here is going to move down towards Walker Mill, Forestville, and Camp Springs, potentially causing damaging winds. Let's go back to DeKalb and Marshall, Alabama. These counties over here near Rainsville. We've got 12,000 people now under a severe thunderstorm warning with this little blip that has turned into a full-on severe thunderstorm here, moving into Marshall County, Alabama. So Man, we've got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, actually. A lot of them, yeah. Do any of these cameras work? I would love to see this one coming in from the distance. Not great. But Parsons, West Virginia, get ready for a pretty big storm here with 60-mile-per-hour winds here soon in Preston and Tucker counties in West Virginia. More storms, more severe thunderstorm warnings coming out. How about you in Laurinburg? 33,000 people now under a severe thunderstorm warning in Richmond County and Scotland counties in North Carolina. Get ready for it. Raleigh, yeah, the storm's moving through Raleigh, but honestly, the part of the storm that's like really strong is not in Raleigh right now. The worst of the winds are east of Raleigh, maybe closer to Knightdale and Shotwell. That's where I would be concerned about the damaging winds right now. Notice how if I go over here to velocities, once again, you can see some indications of a downburst here. Strong winds going towards the radar and away. So a big part of the cloud is essentially just falling onto the ground here near Interstate 87 between Knightdale and Shotwell. And whenever it hits the ground, it fans out. And that's where those damaging winds come from. And that's what we're worried about right now coming towards Shotwell, east of Raleigh in North Carolina. Let's go back to Nebraska. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Buffalo, Hall, and Kearney counties, and that's this storm. Wait, whoa, not that one. Yeah, this one, as seen from Nathan Moore's point of view. You can see that it's getting pretty gnarly here, and once again, it's moving right up into the town of Kearney. What the heck? We've got about 20,000 people in the direct path of 60-mile-per-hour winds that are associated with this one. Haven't seen any big hail come out of this yet, but Pleasanton, Ravenna, Rockville, get ready for it. This is Buffalo, Hall, Kearney, Phelps, and Sherman counties in Nebraska. Ashland, Huron, Lorain, and Wayne and Richland counties in Ohio are also now under a severe thunderstorm warning. So get ready out there between Rittman and New London for some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Once again, they're warning this just in case it decides to plop a downburst with some very strong winds. That's what we're most concerned about with that one. Columbus, we're still seeing some storms around y'all, but nothing crazy. Dayton, that big storm that was just to the south and west of Dayton actually has let up a lot, and they allowed the warning to expire. So that's what's going on over there. It looks like they also allowed the warning over here around Indianapolis to expire. So that just goes to show these things are not only are they popping up very quickly, they're dissipating very quickly as well. They're popping up, they're falling to the ground, causing intense damaging winds, and then they're just gone. They're just gone. Oh, by the way, airplane man, he's in Richmond, Indiana. Not just the sky. He's in the sky above Richmond, Indiana. We've got his location. Asheville, North Carolina, we're under a severe thunderstorm warning. All right. So we are watching Asheville and surrounding areas. Let me see if we got a good view here. There's usually some really good mountaintop cameras around Asheville, but I know a lot of them are still down from the flood that we had. So I'll try my best to find them and monitor them for you. Here's one near Hendersonville, North Carolina. You will probably be able to see the storm approach from a distance here over Black Mountain. And then this is what it looks like literally in Black Mountain right now. And once the storm gets in there, we'll be able to show you that as well. So Asheville, there's about 129,000 people now under a severe thunderstorm warning for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. 60-mile-per-hour winds. All right, I want to try this again. Let's let YAWLBot pick. Let's clear all of our camera slots, and YAWLBot's going to now pick the best 9 cameras that we have right now. Go. Okay. All right. I don't see a lot going on here. But we got a little bit of something going on in the distance there on this Temple Hills, Maryland camera. Let me actually zoom into that and see what it's looking at here. Okay, so most of the cameras that it picked are actually out in front of this storm over here near Washington, D.C., so that makes sense. We're not necessarily seeing anything happening yet, along Interstate 95 here, but it's telling us to watch this area because as this storm comes in, it's likely going to cause some problems around Silver Hill and Forestville. Okay, so we're watching that very closely as those storms come in. And then what about that West Virginia one? What's this? Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a pretty good camera right here in front of this storm that's about to cross over Highway 48 near Parsons, West Virginia. So we'll watch that one pretty closely as well. Let's go back to Nebraska real quick. Up here near Broken Bow, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning for Custer County, Nebraska. We are watching out for some 1.5-inch hail moving into Broken Bow here pretty soon. And then coming back down here to the Kearney warning, I am going to add our storm chasers back to our roster here. And we will continue to monitor them as well because this storm is going to be pretty impactful as it goes up towards Ravenna. Get ready for those 60-mile-per-hour winds potentially as they move off to the east. Now, we do have we got more storm chasers. Look at this. We got Storm Runner Media out there, of course, in our tornado watch. And I want to draw some attention to this. We do have a tornado watch right now over here in the red highlighted areas for Rochester, for the great town of Owatonna, and, of course, Albert Lea. Oh, I need to re-record that. Albert Lea. Wait, how did I not know how to say that? Albert Lea. Why did I even record that ever? Anyways, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning down here. I'm sorry, a tornado watch that we're watching for about 1 million people south and east of Minneapolis. This does not include Minneapolis. This is Rochester, Albert Lea, northeastern Iowa, Mason City to Decorah, and then extreme western portions of Wisconsin. This does not include Eau Claire or Madison, but it does include La Crosse and Black River Falls. All right, Y'allbot's got some storm reports for us. Let's hear it.
We've got multiple storm reports coming in across Georgia and North Carolina. Just minutes ago, a spotter measured a 60-mile-per-hour thunderstorm wind gust in Colquitt County, Georgia. Over in North Carolina, within the last half hour, emergency management reported trees down in McDowell County, and we've also got reports of quarter-sized hail near St. Paul's in Rebison County.
All right, you got anything else?
Hey Ryan, just got word of some thunderstorm wind damage down near Nebo, out in McDowell County, North Carolina. This came in about 21 minutes ago. Emergency manager over there reported a tree downed on a vehicle.
Okay. By the way, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning out here for Forest City and Shelby. This is Burke, Cleveland, and Gaston counties in North Carolina. We've got another one of these outflow boundaries here telling me that we've probably got some very damaging winds happening near Marion towards Forest City. About 117,000 people are now under a warning for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds as these storms move through. We've got a bunch of damage reports here. Tree down on a vehicle from emergency manager in Marion and just north of Marion. Trees down near Hankins and Yancey Road. So that's some of what the Y'allbot just told us there, but that's what's going on now. Big time damaging wind day down here in the southeast. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Santa Rosa Beach. How about you down here in Walton and Washington counties in Florida? Severe thunderstorm warning for the next hour. And then Montana. Yep, Montana. We've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning up here as well for Garfield and Macomb counties in Montana. That's going to include the town of Circle.
Hey, Adam.
So, that's what's going on out there. Let's tune in with Storm Runner Media. And real quick, I'm actually going to try to get some audio on him. I know we like having the audio.
I'm playing your favorite train game.
Let's see here. Storm
Currently
Runner
live
Media.
on YouTube again.
Of course you are.
Yeah, Storm Runner's at one of the only
Ryan and
chasers,
TIG
to be
are
honest
all
with you, that's
live.
out on this threat right now.
Oh, nice. Oh, FYI, I will be not
Okay.
at home.
So you can see the first blip of the day that they're going to be tracking out there in the distance. Currently in Austin, Minnesota, we're going to follow them as they progress through the tornado watch over the next few hours. Not expecting a tornado outbreak or anything like that, really. But we are expecting some really interesting storms here soon.
I might have to get it to you.
By the way, population out here with the Montana storm, not very high. Not very high. So thankfully not a very impactful storm. A little bit more impactful, though, is down here near Lexington. This is Buffalo, Dawson, and Gosper counties in Nebraska. We've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 40 minutes. We're talking about 1-inch hail and 60 miles per hour winds out here near Lexington. And that's what we're talking about in Nebraska. So we just got another new severe thunderstorm warning in Tennessee.
God damn.
So this is going to be for Coffee and Grundy counties. How many do we have now? We got 30. We got a total of 30 severe thunderstorm warnings at this point. Most recent ones, Coffee and Grundy County in Tennessee. Get ready for those damaging winds over here around Pelham, maybe. So we'll be watching that area as well. This is all north of Chattanooga, south and east of Nashville. So we'll watch this area of storms as it continues to pop up. Over here in Virginia, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for South Boston, areas north of South Boston. This is Charlotte and Halifax counties in Virginia. Get ready in the town of Halifax for 60 mile per hour winds. Man, these things are really popping up everywhere. Everywhere. Holy smokes.
It won't even stop. Talk about weather.
The Wiz, the weather intensity score is plumb out the wazoo.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, so
we had
we're
like
at 124 right now.
Oh my god!
And we got this new thing where YAWBot actually predicts what it's going to be over the next 30 minutes, and it looks like the line is going to continue to trend up. We could see the weather intensity score
this overlay right here is coming straight from
just as
the
a result
National Weather
of these storms that are happening over here, these pulse storms on the East Coast.
That's how many
but also
alerts
in combination
is being issued right now.
with the storms that could potentially cause tornadoes over there in the upper Midwest. So we've got a dual threat kind of situation going on here, and that's why we are having such a high weather intensity score right now. By the way, this website here, very cool. It is something that I'm very, very close to making available to you guys. If you ever wanted to check in on this, it updates every minute. It's chock full of information. Really cool stuff.
That, Ryan. Come on.
Pertaining to our weather intensity score algorithm that we've been working on here.
Okay, so far my character is like tiny. So I was like.
Yeah, go ahead, YAWBot, with the chat summary.
All right, Ryan, pause the GFS run real quick. The chat is absolutely buzzing about Ohio, with tons of storm reports, wind, and even a downed tree popping up. Elsewhere, North Carolina is a hot topic, literally, as folks ask about incoming storms to beat the heat. And the "Is my backyard gonna get a sprinkle?" requests are still pouring in for Minnesota and Indiana.
Yeah, your backyard definitely could get a sprinkle. In Indiana, especially, we got quite a few storms that are popping up around Indianapolis. We had a severe thunderstorm warning earlier. Right now we've got stuff, it's mostly special weather statements and stuff out here, but any of these storms could go severe. All right, so we've been seeing some storms pop up around Terre Haute. Those are going to continue to pop up as time goes on. So right now we're not too concerned about anything in Illinois or Indiana, but you can see all those blips, and it's important that we never underestimate them. All right, we don't want to underestimate them. Same thing in Ohio. Right now there's only one severe thunderstorm warning in Ohio, though, and that's going to be the one for Ashland, Huron, Lorain, Medina, Richland, and Wayne counties over here. Okay, north of the great town of Worcester. So that's going to go on for the next little bit. Let's zoom out and let's check back in on some of these warnings here. We do continue to have that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of areas south and east of Raleigh. This is going to be for, Garner down to Goldsboro. We did just get a pretty intense damage report here. One tree down in Princeton. So we definitely got damaging winds now moving into Goldsboro, where we also got a pretty decent report in. Multiple trees down, including at least one on 707 Mulberry Street. So that was from an hour ago. Another round is coming in. Okay, another round is coming in. This is what it looks like right now in Raleigh. And we're starting to fill out our storm reports a little bit better. Still, that airport over there near Washington, D.C., that's the one that's got the highest storm report. But over there, just 1 mile east-northeast of Bay in Georgia, a train spotter recorded 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we're starting to get
I had an emergency stop. I'm gonna go like right past them, like going by like 100 miles an hour.